say does that star-spangled...
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. With Doris Burr, Greg Anthony, and one thing Shams here talked about, banning top 10 pick protections in trades. Why is that?
We saw Dallas absorb a big fine a couple years ago, but then they drafted Derek Lively, and it truly worked out for them. So if you're going to avoid that, maybe it's better to change the trade rules to avoid those kinds of incentives. But Dallas really, I think if they could do that over again and absorb the fine, they would want it to be double the amount, the way that Derek Lively looked and the way that he played.
Well said. I totally agree. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Washington and Lively hold down the post for him. Irving on the wing along with Thompson. And it's Doncic in at the one spot.
We call that the ultimate high percentage look for one of the most efficient scorers ever. KD in the house.
Pass to Washington. Doncic against Jones. Yep, that one goes in there.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Here's KD. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. First quarter, just over a minute played. And a deep three from Doncic. Buries it from three-point range. Doncic has got 5.
Well, Luka decides when he wants to get into the rise and fire. That pull-up game on point.
And Shams, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same way. And stolen by Booker. And he banks in the layup.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Thompson outside. Wants to get it to Doncic. And does. Good on the shot. Doncic has got his 3rd basket of the night. For Phoenix, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Outside for Durant. Misses the 3.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. The offensive rebound. The shot's good from Irving.
What's amazing about KYRIE is the number of go-to moves he has on the interior.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. KD a screen. Down low, and then Durant with the jam.
Now, Tyus Jones in pick-and-roll action is just so solid, folks. Always makes the right decision.
And Shams, we know you are so connected and on top of so many great stories and players and trends in the NBA. I have to ask, what is your... like I'm talking to my teenage daughter. What is your screen time like? You've got to be in front of that computer and clearly in front of your phone every minute, or at least most every minute of every hour of every day.
It's not as high as it needs to be, Kevin, I'll tell you that much. And thankfully, it's not always like that, but certainly at the biggest times of the year, free agency, draft, trade deadline, it is certainly up there, almost in the 19 to 20 range. Kevin, what's your screen time? I feel like you might have a high screen time. You want to be plugged in. I know it.
I take 2 months off in the summer, but for those 10 months, it's 7 days a week, a lot like you. But I know how much happens in the offseason. That's my interest in sitting next to you here courtside tonight, is that you're watching this game, but your mind is always thinking about this and that, and it never ends. Like, you must not get much sleep. You cannot get much sleep, right? My goodness.
We do get sleep, but your off-season is my season, Kevin, and I want to make sure as we get this season going, I'm able to inform you.
And you always do. You always do.
Well, the remarkable timing of KD, sensing precisely when to cut in the pick-and-roll action.
Irving looking over the floor. Again, Irving missing. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organizations, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. Teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between the top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the beat.
Oh, you framed that so well. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for the Suns.
And here we can check out the story on Kyrie Irving. Great showing for him last season. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And again, you gotta love his commitment to excellence. He owns the free throw line. It's truly an impact part of his game. Here's Durant. Pass to Nurkic. Wants to get it to KD and does. Outside Robinson, 6 to shoot. Booker with it. He's picked up by Irving. Jones from outside. Washington against KD. Takes it inside. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement. And that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. A different look for Dallas. Prosper's checked in, and it's Marshall in for Thompson.
Boy, when you think about what Daniel Gafford brings to the floor, it's length, it's athleticism, it's the vertical threat at the rim. But for me, it's about grit and toughness, too.
Outside for Robinson. Left side Durant. Pass to Booker, 20 feet out. It's rebounded by Dallas. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, they put the defense on them. Aggressive, intimidating. They blocked a lot of shots in that one.
It was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
And Booker kicks to Durant. Good. Nice assist from Booker. KD's got 15 points.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Booker left side takes the three, and Kevin Durant good for 3. Now it's a 7-point Suns lead.
Boy, he has been special to start this game, shooting 8 of 9, just making it look easy.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Shots good by Gafford.
Boy, there was some contact there, but Gafford able to use his size to finish.
Outside for KD, it's Jones on the way. Here's Booker, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Suns. going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Suns.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, we've got Irving. He's out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Grimes in at the small forward position. Hey, Shams, I know you cover the league like no one else, but I've seen your jump shot. You have a sweet J. You must have played organized ball, I'm assuming.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's when I knew my career path would have to trend into what I'm doing now, into writing and covering the NBA. But listen, I have a lot of confidence in my jump shot, watching players like Steph Curry shoot the basketball. I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decently on the field.
I know. I love your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
Assisted by Dinwiddie.
Perhaps no better target in the alley-oop than Daniel Gafford. Finish it, young sir.
Phoenix leading by 4. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, he has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Well, the length is a problem, right? Kevin Durant on the drive, hard to stop.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Jason Allen's checked in for the Suns. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Number 1, Luka Doncic. And, of course, Kevin Durant.
And what an option either of those two guys give you. They're both excellent safety valves when an offense is struggling.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Irving from long range sinks the three-pointer. Irving's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Mavs. Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K. As you know, not too long ago, before his passing, he sat down for a couple hours. But I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
The neat thing about Kyrie Irving is you get style and substance. This guy's such a fluid player, makes the game look effortless.
That one misses. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They lead by 4. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Boy, KD's so good with that up fake. He knows once he's got his man in the air, all he's got to do is jump into him and create the foul shots.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Washington's checked in. Grimes with the bucket.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Booker. Strong finish inside from Booker. Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York, getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
Yeah, that trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful. Attacking! No good with the layup.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Nurkic with the block.
Oh, my goodness. Great timing on the rejection by Nurkic. Such good defense there.
Phoenix leading by 3. Pass to Durant. The powerful flush by Durant.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. The Suns making a change here. Butler's checked in. And then for Dallas, Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Klay Thompson comes in for Najee Marshall. And Doncic is subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
How great is it that the body control by Booker is there when he's driving and finishing at the rim?
Mavericks trail by 7. The 3 for Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And they continue to control the glass.
Booker the pass to Butler. And there's Butler with the flush.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Pass to Doncic. Over Booker. And he can't bank that one in. Suns leading by 9. Allen for 3. Luka Doncic grabs the miss. Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter.
Quentin Grimes.
The Sun shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. Here's Booker. Outside Butler. Back to Booker. Doncic with the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Shoots over KD. Buries the jumper to finish the break. Now just a 5-point Suns lead. Booker inside. Guarded by Doncic. And the dunk by Booker.
You can see when a guy like Devin Booker sees a lane to the rim, he's going to exploit it.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Now Doncic. 35 points for him last game against San Antonio.
And it wasn't only his scoring. The intensity on defense. He nabbed 3 steals that night.
Here's Allen. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 6 assists now in the game.
Yeah, Booker keeping that defense off balance with his passing ability right there.
And stolen by Booker. Driving the lane.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Wow, the elevation, the creativity, highlight reel finish by Devin Booker.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Screen by Nurkic. Booker the pass to Nurkic. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Nurkic has got 4 points in the quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game. Robinson's checked in for Grayson Allen. Irving's checked in for Dallas. Doncic outside. Shoots from 12. Fires for 3. Doncic knocks in the 3.
And they're shooting really well from long range this quarter. They should keep looking to the three-point shot for some extra offense.
Butler, a screen on Doncic. Booker the pass to Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Oh, how about the talent, the creativity? Butler with the highlight reel attack.
Mavericks trail by 12. Doncic way outside. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
No good from Booker.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percent. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Hey, everybody, nothing like a little...
Adding Jimmy buckets is huge. A guy who can get points anytime from anywhere. When he gets that look in his eye, run off points is coming.
And he has a huge effect. Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Dallas Mavericks. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
Up front, Durant plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Booker out there with Jones, and it's Butler in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. You know, Doris, you think back to the Suns in the NBA Finals not too long ago. How quickly things can change in this NBA. Wow.
Kevin, success in the NBA is fragile, it's tenuous, and it's never guaranteed despite past success. The Suns shook up their core after losing in the finals, just trying to get over the hump. But that delicate balance obviously hasn't worked out. They're competitors in the West, but can they get to the ultimate prize?
Mavericks trail by 13. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Doncic left side. Washington passes to Thompson. Back to Washington. Stolen by Jones.
You can tell it was almost tunnel vision on that pass. Had no idea where the defender was. And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Lively controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Lively's got his first bucket in this one.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. You know, you talk about a foundational piece. To start his career, Devin Booker toiled through, what, Doris, a half a decade of losing in Phoenix.
It was all of that, Kevin, but what I admired most is through all of that losing, he never stopped working, and the losing never stopped bothering him. He never got comfortable with it. Now, all of a sudden, other players see his talent, they want to join him, and it's a much more competitive basketball team.
Offensive rebound, Lively can't cash in from close range. Suns leading by 15. Booker with it. He's picked up by Doncic, and there's the call on Devin Booker. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. Klay Thompson, number 1.
And no doubt he finished the season right where he should have on that list. He was far and away the best free throw shooter in the league.
Irving dishes to Doncic. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Thompson for 3. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got assist number 5 here tonight.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Booker outside and stolen by Irving. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop.
Boy, defensively, Kyrie Irving has gotten better and better. Nice anticipation there.
Suns have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. The drive by Booker. Strong drive by Booker. Wow!
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. And Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say isn't the highest percentage shot. But for myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, he is something else. Hey, thank you. Booker against Irving. Booker draws the double. Butler kicks to Jones. Off target with his 3.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Thompson for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Thompson's got it back down to single digits for Dallas.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And Doris, one guy who rarely has an off night, Devin Booker.
He has been the model of consistent excellence, Kevin. This guy's so efficient, so productive, all about winning. I am not sure Devin Booker gets the credit he deserves for the level he's at every night.
And Phoenix making a change here. O'Neal's checked in, and Dallas with a change here too. Grimes is checked in. Thompson for the triple. It's hauled in by the Suns. Booker's got rebound number 5 here tonight. O'Neal finds Booker. Nurkic a screen on Thompson. Here's Booker, pass to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
This is about first setting a tremendously good screen by Nurk, then getting off the screen and converting a pick and roll. So good.
Out to Thompson. Here's Grimes. Here's Doncic. And the slam by Doncic.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt here.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
And he comes up with the deuce. 10 points for Jimmy Butler.
Well, Butler is a nightmare for defenses, and he disrupts you with the screen and then finds his opening.
Washington kicks to Doncic. Six on the shot clock. Doncic with a strong move inside.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
To the paint, here's Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
And that's what I like about Devin Booker, the two-man game. This guy doesn't force anything. He always makes the right basketball play.
They get a hand on it. And now the Suns, a fast break. Butler, no good.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And Thompson puts up a deep 3. Tries again. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Thompson's got 11 points here in just the second half. Suns leading by 9. Butler a screen on Doncic. To the middle. Puts the move on. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Watch your head. Jimmy Butler in the house.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Doncic. Drops in the layup for 2. Doncic has got 10 points in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And Doris, at last season's trading deadline, Dallas making moves for Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington.
Kevin, this was cool in a couple of ways. For P.J. Washington, a hometown kid. For Daniel Gafford, he grew up 4 hours away. But most importantly, these two guys fit like a glove around the incredible Luka Doncic. Sometimes roster construction just works beautifully.
O'Neal against Thompson. Washington kicks to Doncic. Hits it from three-point range. Doncic has got 27.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Booker the pass to O'Neal. Good work there as it goes.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Mavericks trailed by 12. The three for Doncic. Another three for Dallas.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Screen by O'Neal. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Doncic looking it over. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for the Suns. Suns leading by 11. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Butler. Back to Booker. Just 5 on the clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And Gafford throws it down.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Suns lead by 9. And we're... Head coach Mike Budenholzer is mic'd up along the sideline.
Let's do it again for this quarter, 0-0.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Big men on the floor for Middle Washington and Gafford. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Irving, and it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Phoenix.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Oh, Butler draining the 3.
Well, this is one of the best two-way players in the game, Jimmy Butler, getting it done offensively.
Dinwiddie against Booker. Pass to Washington. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists tonight.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year? And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
If Devin Booker's cooking, it's a wrap, folks. This guy makes the game look easy.
Nobody near Irving. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Here's Booker. Booker brings the fans to their feet.
We've come to expect this from Devin Booker. This guy is a relentless force on the offensive end.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for Dallas. They trail by 14. The finish. Up and in on the layup. Booker's got 7 now in this quarter.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Outside Irving. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
A lot of it comes down to great fundamentals. Establishing position early, controlling the backboards.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
High arcing shot, and it's Durant with the rebound. KD's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Nurkic. Back to KD. Butler in the corner. It's rebounded by Dallas. Irving for 3. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. And the Suns making a change here. Jones is checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Thompson's checked in. Suns leading by 19. Durant in the corner. Back to Jones. Booker outside. Launches it. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got his 6th rebound on the night. Marshall passes to Gafford. Now Marshall. Shot to stop the run. And the rebound by Nurkic. Washington against Durant. Pass to Booker. Durant feeling it out a bit. Back to Booker. The kick outside to Butler. Puts up a deep 3. Phoenix no good that time either. Mavericks trailed by 19. Here's Marshall. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Derek Lively, he's checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for Thompson. Booker dishes to Durant. Phoenix no good that time either. The Mavericks have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9.
And that 7'2" wingspan for Nurkic, he can just gobble up shots. He knocks that one away with authority.
Booker against Lively. Basket good. Booker's got 17 now just in the second half.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And stolen by Booker. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Knocked away. Doncic with the steal. Here's Irving. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant.
Now, you can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
The Mavericks pull it in. Doncic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And there's the call on Jones. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Devin Booker.
Hey, guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. The drive by Booker. It's rebounded by Dallas. Irving against Durant. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Come on, that is remarkable work from Kyrie. Ridiculously crafty in how he gets into the defense and draws the foul.
However you feel about Kyrie Irving, you cannot deny, Doris, he is an elite player still.
Kevin, there are many who consider Kyrie Irving to be the greatest greatest finishing guard in the history of the game. I mean, left hand, right hand, a little bit of English and polish, big shot maker. And what I love for Kyrie Irving right now is he seems content and happy.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Suns.
Great, generous ball movement tonight, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Devin Booker.
Boy, his activity really stood out to me on the defensive end. He harassed ball handlers, came up with steals in transition. You had the feeling guys were looking over their shoulder, worried he was going to pick their pocket.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Durant. Robinson comes in for Jimmy Butler, and Allen subbed in for Devin Booker. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. Washington. Marshall, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Irving. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Doncic, no good. And Phoenix can just let the clock run down here. O'Neal finds Allen. There's the three. And the miss. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. KD, a statement win. How satisfying is it for you?
It was fun. It was fun. We came out and played hard. Guys played together, and this was all that I expected, man. I'm glad that we was able to get the win tonight. We're looking forward to the next game.
We're looking forward to seeing you out there again, man. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge.